I'll still blame him because he is the one who's supposed to take this decision.
And he had overs left in his arsenal. He would have probably done a better job at that stage of the game.
But again, Shivam Dube has...
At that stage of the game, how do you give Ravindra Jadeja?
Yes.
He can throw ball himself on, take some responsibility. You're the captain.
The problem is, Shivam Dube has never bowled an entire quota if you have to look at it in the IPL.
Yeah.
With RCB, with RRL, with the Indian cricket team. Dube's confidence with the ball has taken an absolute hammering when Ross Taylor hit him for 34 runs in the T20.
No, but then,
he's not been the same since.
Yeah, so then why I'm saying...
Then why give him the 19th over?
You know that, as a CSK fan, you know that surely the CSK team management...
Why give him the 19th over?
So surely does the captain of CSK, MS Dhoni knows that.
You couldn't have
captain, Ravindra Jadeja knows that.
Yeah.
Or the default captain in CSK, MS Dhoni
knows that. Yeah.
But again, you couldn't have, again, the bowling management. You would have backed Dube to not concede more than 15-20. But here the plan went awry. He conceded 25. You couldn't have bowled the spinners. Bravo was already done.
Yes.
And
so who's at fault? The one who, the captain for a miscalculated the overs. What you should have done is got your fast bowlers or Bravo to finish a little later. Initially, you were supposed to give your spinners, whether it was Moin or Jadeja, an over earlier.
Yeah, true.
Then you calculated it, keeping in mind, okay, my 19th would be bowled by Bravo.
Bravo and 20th,
yeah. Would be Chaudhary, whatever.
Yes. But again, for the first time ever, then this has happened in history. In the entire history of the IPL, Chennai Super Kings have never lost 2 opening games on the trot.
Oh.
Never. The closest they ever came to was in 2012, where they lost 2 out of 3 games. But they had lost the first game, they
won the second
game, and they won the third game. They lost the third game, sorry. So, Chennai Super Kings in the history of the IPL have lost 2 games for the first time ever. First 2 games. Even in their worst year of 2020, they had won the opening game against Mumbai Indians. But then the downward spiral began.
So the question is what do you call it? The young army that they're trying to make not really working, or is it they're better suited to the dad's army only?
You know, I think they went from one extreme to the other. Maybe that doesn't really help. Even if you're going to transition, you transition in a smoother way. And we all said it in the pre-match.
Sorry, just so that folks don't think because Siddhant was celebrating that he went to swing of a celebratory drink.
Some limonada.
Maybe. But no. I'm gonna celebrate later, but first, boss, what happened to your team? Tell us.
Yeah, I went through it yesterday. You should today.
No, but it was poor captaincy also, and I don't know who was the captain. But I don't know who was the captain also.
No one does.
It looked to be MS
Dhoni was the captain.
It looked to be MS Dhoni because he was the one doing the bowling changes. He was the one directing traffic there. Jadeja was just like a shocked mute spectator. And let me be honest about it.
Like he celebrates, by the way, like you celebrate whenever RCB loses. My friends from Karnataka are celebrating.
CSK is lost.
They
are like absolutely brilliant. They are saying
this is nothing
new.
It's nothing new. As I said in the start before, CSK, this is the first time that they've lost 2 consecutive opening games. The closest they came to was 2012, wherein they had lost 2 out of 3 games, but that
was punctuated by a win.
Yeah, by a win. So that is why somewhere down the line, see, first game the batters didn't click. Second game, the bowlers, especially death bowling, did not click.
What was their death bowling? Is my other question.
That's the thing.
We said
Bravo got done. Okay, and after Bravo, by the way, considering he gave away only 35 runs, I thought he was still impressive.
Yeah, he was good. He was good.
Still impressive.
On this wicket.
Pretorius, we were Pretorius about him. He was actually very.
He was pretty good.
Yeah.
But again, another record.
Mr. Mukesh Chaudhary.
Another record today. Dwayne Bravo, now the leading wicket taker in the history of the IPL. 171 wickets. Overtakes Lasith Malinga.
CSK fan.
Lost the game but celebrating.
We have lost 2 games.
Yeah.
We haven't lost 14 games.
No, but you have lost 2 games.
So what? Even Lucknow were badly beaten by Gujarat Titans. They didn't do so.
No, they did not get beaten like badly.
No, but 2. This is also not badly.
I agree, it's not bad, but it's a loss. It's a loss that should.
It is much better than RCB losing by 7 balls to spare rather than Chennai losing with 2 balls to spare. And they had a bigger total. So that is why it is better.
Still, Chennai fan is trying to find
some positives
in the fact that RCB lost with a bigger margin in some. But they won their second game.
It's fact.
Fight back Abhi says, what was Jadeja doing deep in the boundary? It was looking like all the decisions were made by Dhoni.
Yeah, pretty much.
look more involved. So yes, you're right when you say that Jadeja didn't seem that involved. All the decisions were being taken by MS Dhoni. There could be two reasons. One, maybe because the captain was in the boundary. If you remember, there were times when Virat Kohli used to get the boundary and MS was
Directing traffic.
Even though MS wasn't captain at the time, he would still direct that traffic, and which is happening today as well. So no surprises there. Also, I don't know whether, and this is something that we discussed earlier, that Ravindra Jadeja, should he not be fielding in the deep because he's captain? I know you would want the captain to be inside.
On a good, yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, if I'm Ravindra Jadeja and I'm the best fielder, I will have to field there, especially in the death over.
Also, that Deepak would have catch, others would have found it really hard.
Yes. Yes.
But Jadeja was there, he took the catch.
Yes.
So that made a huge difference.
He makes pressure catches look very easy. Remember that 2016
But, okay.
Bangladesh. 2 catches at the boundary, 2 needed
Yeah.
runs.
Yeah.
Where he
What was
rolled
the
like
one?
some 4 or 5 times after taking the catch.
Yes.
But little bit of show voting that way. But okay. My entire point is 2 guys who deserve a lot of credit. We haven't talked about them as much as CSK. Evan Lewis and Ayush Badoni.
Yes.
Don't forget Quinton de Kock at the top of the order.
He is not a regular player for even a state side.
Yes.
Yes.
And he's really impressed.
And yet that guy came out and played the way he did. So good to watch.
In fact, 2 straight games now he's been very, very good.
Yeah,
Who are you texting?
last game also came out.
I'm texting Ravindra Jadeja. Like, don't be a spectator, try be a captain. Because what has happened? You see how many overs did Dube and shockingly Moeen Ali hold?
Yeah.
Moeen Ali bowled just 1 over.
Yeah.
Why did they hold him back?
Why would you not bowl him in the middle overs?
Why?
Because I think so. The 1 over he bowled, he got
14.
smashed.
But Dube conceded 25.
So
What is that Paresh Rawal dialogue you used in the?
Yeah, that will be for myself.
Now-
Yeah.
Talk for yourself, come on.
Yes. As I say, he said it in this film called Mala Mal Weekly. He said, चमगादड़ को उल्टा लटकाओगे तो वो मोर नहीं बन जाता.
तो आप मोर नहीं बने सर आप ODI स्मिथ बने.
Which player in particular are you
Reference to?
CSK.
I am referring to Ravindra
Kaptan.
Jadeja.
Yeah.
MS
Yes.
Dhoni and Ravindra
So you are trying
Jadeja.
to say that कुछ कर लेंगे तो भी कप्तान कुछ भी कर ले फील्डिंग से
नहीं।
करने से कोई कप्तान नहीं बन जाता.
नहीं, रविंद्र जडेजा कप्तान बने तो वो MS धोनी नहीं बन सकता.
कप्तान बन सकते हो.
But you can't be MS
You can't be
Dhoni.
MS Dhoni because simple. See, Dhoni was directing traffic, and I will not say, oh, because of Jadeja's bad captaincy we lost. No, even if you had won, I would have credited Jadeja or MS Dhoni. But look at the 5th bowler. That 5th bowler was a weak underbelly today. 2 overs, 39 runs.
No, but
Dube and Moeen Ali.
But that was the point you were arguing with us that their bowling.
That their bowling is on par with LSG's.
Because they didn't give Moeen Ali the full quota. They should have given them the full
No,
quota.
but they didn't. And I'm saying
I disagree.
Jadeja bowled 2 overs. So you didn't need a Dube or even a Moeen Ali by the way. And Jadeja bowled all his 4 overs, that is 2 more overs.
Yeah.
The miscalculation happened on the captain's front.
But why do you
Whoever
think-
the captain was, whether it was MS Dhoni,
Yeah.
Ravindra Jadeja.
Whoever did that calculation.
Miscalculation happened. If you had finished Jadeja earlier,
Yes.
then you could have had Bravo bowling much later, Chaudhary bowling much later.
Agreed, but why do you think Dube bowled at 19th over? Because they
There was
feared
no
that
one.
their spinners are going to get hit
Exactly.
for even more
exactly.
runs.
So you.
Even though it did not help that they gave it to Dube.
So the option was either you go to a Jadeja or a Moeen Ali or go to Dube. And I think the decision was to go with Dube was the right one.
I also agree. I agree
But
because
it's not Dube's
But again,
fault.
you can't bowl
It's not Dube's
Jadeja.
fault.
You can't bowl Jadeja because the left-hander was on strike. Left and
But
right.
then if you keep thinking like that,
I am
The
saying.
shorter side of the boundary, na, much more riskier.
But Badoni also hit quite a few shots by the way.
Yeah.
He hit that sweep 6 that he hit of the first ball.
Lovely. I was watching. visuals.
Brilliant
Lovely-
slop sweep.
Lovely to see MS Dhoni and Gautam Gambhir have a chat. You know they have. a
Yeah, there has been something there.
I think so. Everybody who has followed the IPL knows they have the history.
Yeah.
That one image when Dhoni came out to bat and he had like some 9 fielders right around him, silly point, short leg, everybody.
Yes.
Siri, tell us about Badoni, the unsung hero.
Of course.
So when you
AB.
have Siri language.
Of course.
When I say Siri, tell us
Killing-
about Badoni.
Ta-ding. Okay. Ayush Badoni or AB.
Baby
as-
AB.
Baby AB as you like to call him. Or remove the B, you get a Dhoni still. Ayush Badoni was one of the stars in the IPL heading into this young talent.
Ignored by Delhi.
Ignored by Delhi. As always, Delhi ignores all the best talents in the
So I was
country.
reading a story where it said that even the Delhi selector Atul Vasan kept telling them, because Rahul Dravid pointed out that he's a good talent, look after him. And the selectors kept telling one of the administrators in the Delhi, selectors, that is Atul Vasan, kept telling them that keep playing him. But I believe there are a lot of administrators in DDCA, the infamous DDCA, arguably the worst run cricket board
in the state, in the country for sure.
on the planet. So you know to ignore him, but good. Yeah.
And scored a 50 in the first game of the IPL against the Gujarat Titans, which was a show, just a glimpse of what his real talent is.
Okay, questions.
Very impressed.
Fight back, Abhi, we've taken a question. Avinash Abhi says, to Mr. Sid, the CSK supporter.
Oh my God.
If CSK won, you will say it is because of Dhoni's captaincy. Now can you say because of poor tactics by Dhoni giving the over to Dube, CSK lost this match, or will you say because of Jatu?
I didn't say anything, I didn't make that difference. I said Dhoni was running the show. It was not Jadeja running the show. Jadeja was a shocked mute spectator sitting in the deep.
But I will still blame Jadeja for being that. You're the captain. Don't be a mute
Don't be a new spectator. Simple as.
Okay, it's like this. Supposing my MD is like directing the thing. I'm just one of his juniors. He's told me to run the show.
Yeah,
but then he would say...
No, you're misrepresenting it. You should say it like this. If my ex-MD comes there and now I am the designated MD,
it will run my way.
Not run. You then have to make a choice. Will you succumb to your ex-MD or will you say, no, now I am the MD and I will run the company the way I want?
Don't be so soft on Dhoni, now.
In fact, I will.
I'm not soft on Dhoni. He was running the show.
So
I'm not saying, because they lost, it was because of Jadeja. No, that is the main point of what I'm saying.
No, but he deserves. He is the captain, as he rightly pointed out. He is the
You
captain.
can't whitewash that.
Taking that responsibility.
No one is
Dhoni was the one
whitewashing
who
it.
was making all the changes.
So
why are you the captain?
So I'm not. That's what I said. He looked like a shocked mute spectator standing in the deep. Jadeja. He just did not have the gumption to say, no, captain, I want to give some.
So there's 2 points
captain.
like no captain. He is the captain.
No captain.
In CSK, Dhoni is the captain.
Now see, there's an interesting comparison to be made here. So, I remember reading this one article, I don't remember where it compared how it is you cope after you come to the end of a massive dynasty. Now this was in the context of football management, but it's an interesting comparison to be made, and I know it's still early days, but if you compare Manchester United with Ferguson, Sir Alex Ferguson, and post, what they did when they started out was they looked for what you'd refer to as a continuity candidate, someone who would come in, continue doing exactly what, in theory doing the same thing, and in theory ensuring more success.
Don't offend me, Shane.
No, but
that's what Barcelona did once Guardiola went.
Yes.
Anyone could follow exactly.
Valverde was there.
And there's the second thing you can do is you shake up the system entirely. Now, Nikhil and I were having this conversation off camera, and he said that at the moment.
First, what is your reading of this? Jadeja is the continuity.
He is the continuity candidate for sure. I mean, okay, let's be fair here. Jadeja, wonderful player, but throughout his career, whether it be IPL or international, has relied on Dhoni telling him what to do. Yeah. Dhoni could tell him.
Pointed out the fact that he's never captain.
Yes.
Only once did he captain in an under-19.
Yeah, and he has made a career out of listening to Dhoni. What makes anyone think that's going to change now?
But my point is, you're right. So there are 2 types of candidates, as you're saying. One that comes and shakes things up.
Yeah.
The other is a continuity candidate who's just been given that
job and will keep things rolling.
My point is, isn't that the right approach by CSK? Because their system has been working, the Dhoni system is working, so you need a continuity.
Problem is Dhoni is still there, and that's where the Sir Alex Ferguson thing comes into play. I do not think, honest to God, any Manchester United manager will ever be truly successful or step out of the Sir Alex Ferguson era until Sir Alex Ferguson stops attending games and stops having that much of an influence. Fact. And Dhoni is still an active player. He's not. No, but I'm not wrong.
But again, Dhoni is never going to go from CSK.
Then they're going to be stuck in the glory days. Too bad.
That's necessarily not the case.
But that's what's happening right now.
What
just after 2 games.
No, not after 2 games.
Of course not.
Fair enough that maybe we're jumping the gun.
Yeah, of course we are.
Having said that, what I'm trying to envision and what he's saying is, it is possible that Dhoni came up with a system. He applied that system.
It worked.
And I sometimes found it,
unorthodox.
No, I thought it was not going to work. It was unsuccessful to say the least. But what he proved on the field was that it was successful, that it worked, right? Now the point is, let's assume he's at the end of the cycle. He's going to give you the captaincy. He'll continue to be part of the management. But maybe you shouldn't follow that system anymore.
Because it only worked for Dhoni.
Yeah, so what he's saying, because it worked for him.
Yeah.
Now what, when you get a new captain, let him change and shake things up. And let Dhoni then, if he continues to be part of the management, not be the guy saying, no, this is the culture that we made, so continue this culture. He must say, no,
I'm taking a back seat.
I'm back seat. I'll be there as a mentor, give you some tips or this and that. But new captain, Siddharth,
You have to be taking over things.
Dhoni, as he also
does that make
said,
sense?
Not really. In the CSK, it does not work. In the
that's
CSK,
what I'm trying to. Dhoni is not the captain, so even as a fan, you should stop expecting him to be. But that is what's happening. When you see out on the field, he's the one who's moving everybody.
I am
He's
not
the one
quoting-
telling who will bowl now, who will do what.
I am not quoting out of
So
emotion. I am quoting out of
might
fact.
work, is what I'm saying.
No, but
But going forward, you will need
No,
a
but
shooter.
even then, I did not see Jadeja take any sort of decisions. It was all MSD.
I have said it not out of emotion, out of fact and of what I saw. That doesn't mean that, okay, Chennai have faced a crisis point in all times, let me tell you frankly, except for 2010 and 11.
Give the stat. Why is this season different? Why?
Okay, this season is very different because for the first time in the history of IPL, even in their worst year of 2020,
Even when
there was
they finished second last 2 seasons ago.
2 seasons. That's not worse.
2020, yes.
Yeah, 2020.
They have lost 2 opening games for the first time in history. In 2012, out of 3 games, they had lost 2, but 1 in the middle was a win. And that was, I think, his Deccan
So that
Chargers.
itself should have the alarm bells ringing.
You know, and you know what's the really sad part about you know what's the really sad part about all of this? If and as you say, you can very correctly say that I'm jumping the gun. I've seen United crumble, and so I'm jumping the gun. But if things turn around after this, people are not going to be crediting Jadeja for it. People will not be crediting Jadeja for it, and that's a
But
fact.
if you're dissing Dhoni today, then you might as well.
Might as well compliment about it, but that shows, is it really a change in captaincy?
Okay, quick comment I wanted to take because we're on that subject. Nikhil Lele, my namesake, has a very interesting comment. He says, you know what? In CSK, Dhoni is the captain, quote unquote. And this is how dynasty culture starts.
Ooh, very interesting. Very interesting.
Where does the dynasty
Mr. Nikhil Lele, I completely agree with you. I am with you, and this guy will not agree with you, but he should.
Can't. Is he promoting Dhoni's
daughter Ziva.
Ziva? She'll be the captain of CSK.
Not dynasty culture per se.
Yeah, maybe
The wording is wrong.
But the wording is wrong.
The
What
wording
is the correct word?
What do you call it?
Favoritism?
Transition?
But it's not transition,
It
no?
doesn't feel like a transition, na?
Yeah.
Maybe I would. 2 games is okay.
It's not about the loss or result, it's about how it's being run.
Okay, a
Again.
lot of comments coming. Jaspreet Rai said it, and I saw a few other guys also mention it, saying that waiting for Deepak Chahar to get match fit, it's hurting CSK. Should they consider replacement before it gets too late? I think they're going to wait on his fitness.
Yeah.
What we're getting to here is what I heard. Maybe
from
by the
5th game.
end of first week, second week of April is probably when
Then
it's going to
he'll
be available. So they're not going to look for a replacement. Also, you got to realize this, that Deepak Chahar is good right at the start, so he'll give you those quick early wickets.
Yeah.
Having said that, Chennai did get early wickets with KKR, and
Yes.
yet ended up losing the game. So the problem is at the death. Bravo is the only guy who can bowl at the death,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they really need a few other guys.
That
That's
fifth
where they're
bowler.
missing Hazelwood. And
Yes.
I can't
Yes.
imagine why they let go of
That's
Hazelwood.
yeah.
That's the big loss for them.
So that is the thing.
And then who are the guys they're trying to replace Hazelwood with?
Chris Jones.
Mukesh Chaudhary. No, I'm
Mukesh
talking about
Chaudhary.
today's game.
Mukesh
Shivam
Chaudhary.
Dube.
No,
Like-
Shivam Dube is not his fault.
No, I'm
You're
saying.
giving him the 90th over without.
I'm saying like you needed somebody
he
to bowl
his
that
job is
over.
to get
na?
runs. He got to.
No, I'll tell you what. My point is that they needed somebody to bowl that 19th over. They did not have anybody. That's why they went to Shivam
because they
Dube.
miscalculated.
Because they miscalculated in a big way.
Yeah.
You said they had 6, 7 or whatever options.
Yeah,
They still
didn't utilize them
miscalculated.
properly.
Exactly.
And that is why they end up losing the game. We can all say Shivam Dube this, that and all, but it was the poor captaincy that mattered at the end.
Yeah, you're feeding him to the wolves, in all essence.
Amit Sharma
But he was
says.
still counted as a bowling option, by the way. When you had all done the analysis, he was still counted as a bowling option. But yes, it didn't make sense because Dube.
But would you like Venkatesh Iyer yesterday bowled that 1 over? But that was in the first innings, if I'm not wrong.
No, he bowled a
second innings. Yeah.
Second last over he bowled. No, Venkatesh Iyer.
And also, you have to remember one thing: Venkatesh.
And just Dube.
Venkatesh right now, his bowling is still. I don't know. I think Dube's confidence has taken a hit over the past while because he has been hit by all and sundry.
You have to use him as a batsman. That bowling actually is on a
Bad day.
when everyone's going to get hit. Today wasn't the right time to bowl.
Yeah, true.
I mean, the timing of it. He's the guy to be brought on, assuming you've started and the other team is got some 80 runs of 6-7 overs and your 2-3 top bowlers aren't working, then give him a go and that maybe gets you a wicket. 19th over,
when Dube came on, the first guy to react was Mr. Singh, who was sitting right next to me and said, "Oh no, they've given it to Dube." Will he repeat what he did for RCB, right?
No.
For
when he was hit for 34 runs by Ross Taylor in that Hamilton T20.
Oh God.
No, but at that situation, when I was looking at how the bowling was panning out, I knew that LSG is winning that game because that 1 over had to go to a spinner. So I was like, and even see, listen, Evan Lewis also knew, Badoni also knew
Oh
what
yes.
happened. They're waiting. But I never saw the Dube option. But when he went to Dube, I thought that was a smart move. I would rather give it to him than to a spinner. But it had to backfire. It's not his fault. Quick comments I want to take. Amit Sharma says it's just the first 2 matches. CSK will definitely find a way to get into the playoffs. Just get 2 wins and then wait for Deepak Chahar. Definitely bowling will look strong. He has a point there. I think, still, even though Siddharth's pointed out, it's the first time in history that they've lost the first 2 games. But still, it's too early.
What if it becomes 3 games in a row? Then what happens?
See, right now the season has begun like the 2012 one. And if they will lose 3 games, it's a repeat of 2020. You won 1, after that you lost 5 consecutive, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That included a 10-wicket loss to Mumbai Indians. First time they were hammered by 10 wickets also. So there is a first time for everything. But Chennai are facing maybe a very confident Punjab next game, if I'm not mistaken, on Sunday.
In fact, somebody pointed out again, sorry I missed it, you said that since you spoke about Punjab, said maybe this is what Rahul was missing in Punjab, this sort of a middle order, which they have in Lucknow. Super
Interesting.
Bad start, or even if you get stuck
Marcus
somewhere.
is coming in now.
Yeah.
No, but I'm not sure whether Stoinis will get into this side.
Not immediately, at least.
Yeah, because Evan Lewis has done well. I think
Yes.
he's the guy who's going to go out.
Yeah,
He was supposed to be the fall guy.
This
Yeah.
performance today, I don't think Lewis is. He's
Not getting dropped soon. Yeah.
He won them this game.
Yes.
He'll be.
Bishnoi also good contender if you're looking at a bowler.
No, yeah.
Because when everyone else was getting hammered.
Yeah, he was.
But at the end of the day, you would pick who won you the game, right? And that was Evan Lewis.
I think so too. I'm just saying who are the other contenders. One comment I wanted to take here, Ritam Basu says CSK man, you could answer that.
Yes.
CSK needs Subhranshu Senapati.
Ting. Subhranshu Senapati.
Siri.
Yes. He was Odisha's leading run getter in the Ranji Trophy 2017-18. Solid middle order bat. But again, does he have that power game?
No, but he's a batsman. I thought they need bowlers.
Yeah, they need bowlers right now.
They have got the bat.
They have got the batters. They need the 5th bowling.
How many batters will play?
Yeah.
They need
This
bowlers.
spinners, now we keep talking about, they need a.
They need a wrist spinner. Yeah.
But they don't have a spinner on the side.
No, they do. They do have, I think that young Leggy in their ranks.
I can't remember the name.
I'll have to check the squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys know,
If you guys know, just drop it in the comments.
I'll tell you who I'm talking about. They do have a.
1 second.
Siri, for the first time you have failed me.
That's a leg spinner.
Maybe he needs hot spot.
Oh yeah, that too. But I said Subhranshu Senapati, he's from Odisha, who was the leading run getter for them in the 2017-18 Ranji season, which by the way was Odisha's best for a long while. But he's a middle order bat. You don't need a middle order bat in the CSK team.
Yeah, you need a 5th bowler and arguably a death bowler.
And a death bowler, yes.
I think that Quinton de Kock dropped
Prashant
catch.
Solanki.
Leg break.
Prashant
Somebody
Solanki.
pointed this out
I
also.
pointed out the pre-match. That's why I couldn't remember his name. That they could go for that leg
Austin
spinner.
Kuna also wrote.
Yes.
And so they.
Prashant Solanki at 21.
Thanks, Austin.
In terms of a spinning option, they have Tiksana as well, who could go. I mean, he could do that game.
Overseas spot.
They're not playing in Chennai.
No.
Overseas spot.
You give 1 over to Moeen Ali. What's the guarantee Tikshana is going to hit all 4? We are not understanding.
Tiksana is mystery. Moeen Ali is of Spain.
Mystery in the Indian Premier League can become history. Ajanta Mendes
I agree.
in KKR RR game never was the
What
same
about
again.
ask KKR, Narain and Chakravarti?
Narayan had to modify his action.
No, but Chakravarti got hit for a few yesterday.
Chakravarti came to the final also.
See, Narayan doesn't have mystery anymore. It's just accuracy.
Narayan was superb yesterday.
Yeah.
Like that guy's consistent.
Like, I mean, if someone had to reinvent.
Still, Kuna, thank you. He pointed out. Sorry.
Yeah, we already shouted out. Yes.
No, Prashant Sunal.
Prashant, yeah, we noticed.
Okay. See, Bappaditya Karan, who judges from London, says CSK are not qualifying for the semis. Similarly, Man United are not qualifying for the Champions League.
See, he's agreeing with me on both fronts. I like that.
No. So CSK, we both picked CSK.
No, but again, it's
I
too
thought
early.
they'll qualify for the playoffs, but they need to win a few games before that.
I thought he'd say no, United will definitely make the Champions League.
Boss, because I'm a United fan and you must have seen
There we go.
Manchester United quite a bit. I'm just hoping the others also slip up somewhere so that United can qualify.
How did this
for the
comment
Champions
come
League.
from Amit Sharma? He says Lucknow Super Giants will be last or SRH will beat them, one of them.
No.
They
Is it just a Lucknow? Yeah. They
changed
chased
200.
210-11 here. Come on. You can't be writing them off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next game, Chamira goes out.
Saurabh
and
Mukherjee has sent us a super chat. Yeah,
Jason Older will come in.
Jason Older available for the next game?
Yes, should be.
He should.
This game he wasn't. Next game he's expected to come into
So
the
Chamira-
Let's check our super chat. What is this?
Super
individual
chat
say?
comes from a loyal watcher, Saurabh Mukherjee.
Thanks a lot, Saurav.
He says Jadeja being in the shadow of MSD will never be a contender for India captaincy. He is a cricketer who can't lead. MSD just proved that he did him a favor.
Being a bit harsh, but
Yeah,
the gist of it is not wrong. The gist of it is not wrong.
But Jadeja was never touted for India captain.
Let's leave aside the
He
never.
says even if someone had any thought, that
Not happening.
No, it's not.
No, but at the same time you have to say that KL Rahul also did not succeed at Punjab Kings, but he still captained India when nobody else was.
Doubts have been cast on CSK ever since
yeah.
edition 1.
No, I agree. I don't agree with this point of view that Jadeja's captaincy days are numbered because of these two games.
Yeah.
There's still a long tournament to go.
Yeah.
So you can't
The
judge him
signs
based
are
on
great.
2 games and based on games that he hasn't actually captained.
But then that will be the rest of the 12 games as well.
Like he was hardly the captain today. Only went for the toss probably. That's it.
Nikhil Lele says, those are the visuals again, MS Dhoni and Gautam Gambhir. Somebody said that I love the way Gambhir reacted towards the end, how excited he seemed like.
He was never this
there.
excited when winning 2 titles with KKR here.
See, this is what happened. It's often said that when you play sport, you're not too excited, but when you become a dad and you see your
Yeah, as a coach, it's very different.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So it's similar, I think.
Mhm.
Gambhir is experiencing, very excited. Nikhil Lele says, no offense to Jaddu, but they could have groomed Ruturaj as a future captain. But Ruturaj had one good season. First, let him start getting runs.
Like Ruturaj is so raw that you probably.
See, anyway, this is a 3-year cycle now. Maybe
He's
if
so
they
raw that he could give you a stomachache if you.
he's
No,
so
no,
raw.
in the sense that
He's so raw, he'll give you the smackdown in the WWE.
WWE fans will love this.
Yeah, I, myself included. Good reference.
Yeah, he's so raw
Oh,
that he
that's
will
a
give the
loss.
smackdown to
No,
you.
because we haven't seen anything like Jaddu is still one of the senior leaders in your Indian side.
Yeah.
With Ruturaj Gaikwad so young that you just won't have.
You're not throwing him terms straight away.
Somebody after MS Dhoni, you suddenly go like Ruturaj Gaikwad next captain. That's what
You're not going from dad's army to toddler's army. Not a chance.
Yes, exactly. Dad's army to toddler's army.
No, but then again,
He's
who
too young.
are the overseas captains in IPL 2022?
Faf to play.
Faf.
Only Faf,
No,
right?
Williamson.
Williamson.
Okay, Faf and Williamson.
Faf and Williamson.
But
What?
He's a major.
Bravo.
He was going to make a point and then he's like, oh no, I can't make that point.
Because he's a mega New Zealand fan.
No.
Cannot say anything bad against Kane.
no,
If
not
we are
just-
looking at captaincy, why not doing Bravo?
No, Bravo also. had
Again,
long
old.
term, yeah.
He might not be there next season. You never know.
So it's a 3-year cycle. That's what I'm
So
saying.
you have see, as we were talking about, this is now the transitionary phase where they needed somebody who's not that young but also not that old.
Which makes it even more baffling.
Jadeja had captaincy
Jadeja is what,
experience.
33 or 34 years old.
Yeah.
The next 3 years he's going to be the captain perhaps, and then after that they'll
Why did they just retain Faf? He would have been perfect for a transitional reign.
But again, Faf is 37.
Yeah, Yeah, even then he's fit as a fiddle. Yet it took me 3 years of
He is
3 years of thing he can't
He's
play.
actually one of the fittest cricketers that I have seen.
He'll be the captain next 2 seasons.
Yes.
Or 3 seasons.
Again, then we are missing the whole point.
No, yeah, I think yeah.
Then you have missed
that
the whole
is
point. You are looking
terms and
at a
conditions
new.
apply.
You are looking at the future. You can't rely on an old person.
But
Then you have missed the whole point.
no, my point is if you're keeping Jadeja
Another
as a
guy-
transitional reign,
Another
wouldn't
guy-
Faf make more sense?
Another guy they could have looked at, but it's like you are looking too far. Like it's too far-fetched an idea. That is Moeen Ali. Moeen Ali has captained his side in domestic cricket in England.
But I think they'll go.
But Jaddu, of course.
Indian captain. Ashish Jain says hi guys. Say hi to Ashish.
Ashish.
Hello.
Austin Kuna, I know you asked a question about top 5 bowling attacks and batting lineups. We're not going to answer that today. We often answer all questions because too early in the tournament.
It's very hard to tell right now. Yeah.
No,
Give it-
I can still.
Okay, go ahead.
Top 5 batting, well, Punjab Kings,
Yeah.
Rajasthan Royals also. I would say Delhi Capitals are 1. Chennai.
Yeah, the Chennai batting is really good.
But Chennai are one of them. Definitely not SRH.
No.
Okay, no, not RCB also.
Gujarat maybe?
No, not their batting.
Not the batting actually, you're right, the bowling is better.
I think so.
RRE mentioned.
KKR can
Too
be
early.
one.
You know what the thing is? Tomorrow there's a game, it might change. Day after there's a game, it might change.
Actually, these things we can make after 5 games.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or maybe the middle of the
We'll
tournament.
get to
7-7.
know. So we'll do it later. Who
But
else?
we will answer this question.
Prakhar Gupta, thank you so much for your kind comments and you've read my book, so thank you. Extra thank you to you. Yes, NDTV days are long gone. I'm at India Today now. So, but good that you are here too.
Welcome to Sports Today.
Welcome to
Yes.
Sports.
Welcome, man.
It's also called Mark War.
Also, welcome to the world of where Odean Smith is wearing CSK jersey and lost the game tonight.
Yeah.
Nikhil
Minus the
Maharashtra is
net.
saying the top 3 batsmen of Lucknow Super Giants who failed in the last match, they got scores today. So
Yeah, actually, yes, that is
They
correct.
did, Yeah.
Badoni is was consistent in both games, but I did say that if the openers do well, and Quinny did pretty well. If
He was dropped on 30 though.
even
And
then,
that was a
took
long
advantage
catch.
of
I have to
that.
say, things could have been a little different for
If-
CSK
yeah.
if Moeen Ali had held on. I don't know how he like sort of just.
Just let it go. Just let it go.
In both the games here,
That is what he did.
dolly catches were dropped and they paid the price. Mumbai Indians, Tim David dropped
yes.
a catch.
Anuj Rawat dropping Odean Smith also.
Yeah.
That was all. He dropped.
Drop you.
Not me.
He dropped you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna answer one more question, and this comes from Bright Future.
Bright
I
Future.
hope that's your name. as well as
Mr.
where
Bright,
destiny
Mr.
takes you.
Bright Future.
He says captain's job is to deliver when difficult situation comes. Jadeja should have bowled the 19th over. I tend to disagree with you, Bright Future. It doesn't mean that you're a captain that you will bowl at any time. I wouldn't bowl a spinner in that 19th over.
Same.
More often than not, you will go for a lot of runs. You needed to have a medium pacer and a fast bowler. I would have bowled more overs of Jadeja, but maybe
In the beginning,
it's
yeah.
just the calculation that. went
I
wrong.
think the best choice would have been Shivam Dube. It just backfired because they did not.
no, because
Spinners were difficult. We discussed that if they both spinners, Evan Lewis is gonna eat them up.
Yeah.
He
The
did.
way he was batting, Evan Lewis would have eaten them up for sure. And then, but Ayush
But I mean-
Ayush Badoni smashed Shivam Dube.
I am pretty sure he looked at Dube and went, "Oh, goody dessert." He'd eaten all the bowlers anyway.
Yeah,
Indeed.
probably.
But yeah, by the way,
You stay away from
again.
this.
no, by the way, again a side batting second one.
How many times you climbed up today?
Up and down, if you count, like pretty much every time we've come down.
No, only up we count, down we don't count.
How does that make a difference?
So down does not matter, na?
You're still getting it in the steps, though. Of course, it counts.
What-
How many steps have you been doing? Every
9 to 10,000 on a daily basis.
I think so. That's already lost some weight. I don't know.
The beauty of
Or it's just the
Stress.
fact that CSK is losing.
So stress also came. Yeah.
if CSK had won, you mean to say I would have exploded on my
Yeah.
Out of happiness.
Like,
Yes.
like
I would have danced.
eating payasam or something.
Mysore
Just
Pak, what is
stereotype.
that? What is
No, but
that?
I love payasam. You can't say that.
Super.
Yeah.
I love Mysore Pak also.
Is it? But it's.
I
It's
love
great.
Mysore Pak also. It's amazing.
Mysore Pak, not Pak.
Pak.
Pa.
But the K is silent.
It's silent. It melts in your mouth.
But
That's how sweet it is.
What else? Whatever I've tried, Besibali Bath.
Bisi
Bisi wale baat.
Ah.
he loves it.
Loved it.
So our old office, there was a place right opposite, Manethindi.
Yeah.
Okay, where we always
memories.
He eats everything, and this guy keeps talking about that bisi wale baat, which I only tried once and did not enjoy.
Ooh.
You have to acquire a taste for it.
Yeah, which I could not.
I've had in Delhi.
That's terrible.
There's a lot of these typical South Indian places.
Maybe Karnataka.
He's also the same guy who said Delhi food is terrible and
Mumbai is better.
better than Delhi. So we don't trust your judgment at all.
Oh, come on.
Like in your dreams.
In your dreams.
And I'm not a Delhiite.
Neither am I, and I'm saying it is way
I
better.
am wide awake and I'm saying it's better.
Three people are saying Delhi's food is much better than Bombay food.
And I come from, and I have Kolkata roots, mind you, which is amazing food in its own right.
3
And
billion
cheap
will
food.
disagree with you. 3 will be disagreed by 3 billion.
Okay, Prakhar Gupta has a question. Thank you, Prakhar, for your kind comments once again. He says, do you think Huda is permanent number 6 for India or round of a World Cup in India? He's already there as number 6. Will he be a permanent number 6?
Probably not.
At the 2023 World Cup. So you're actually talking about the 50 over World Cup. That's very interesting because at the moment you're looking at him actually
so much
both
time.
for ODI as well as T20. No, I think the 2 or 3 competitors for that spot. One of them is Venkatesh Iyer.
Yeah.
Because for India he started batting at that number.
I'll take
Again,
Hardik.
for that.
And Hardik, of
I'll take
course.
Hardik.
I will always take Hardik.
No, but again, it depends how this. See, Huda's had a great start.
Huda has a great start. He actually looked in
this
looked in
IPL
good
one of the
touch.
top run getters or a lot of wickets.
No, even today-
And if Hardik doesn't have that kind of an IPL, we never know.
Yeah, you never know, indeed.
Even today, Huda made 13 runs, but he looked in good touch.
Yeah.
The wicket he got out because Jadeja took a great catch and
Great
everything.
catch.
Yeah,
I thought he was.
But again, would you look at a fast bowling all rounder?
That's what I was coming
bowling
to.
all rounder?
And for me, that fast bowling all rounder matters far more.
I will quote Gautam Gambhir since his team won today. So again, I just before the IPL started, I did an interview with him where I spoke to him about this. He said, for God's sake, stop looking at that fast bowling all-rounder. Accept it, you don't have one. Okay? Since Kapil Dev's time, everyone who can just bowl
Is a fast
bowl
bowling
is-
all-rounder. Yeah.
And with a decent bat, fast bowling all-rounder.
They've been trying. Irfan Pathan.
Oh God, yes.
He said, just forget about it. Look at an all-rounder. If you don't have it, it's okay. Go looking for a spin bowling all-rounder. If that is what it is, it's all about getting a balance of the side.
Yeah.
So play more fast bowlers, genuine ones, and get the all-rounder slot filled by a spinner.
True.
Rather than because I want a fast bowling all-rounder, because England has one.
So I will shoehorn anyone into that role. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think I really love that advice, and I know that Gautam, speaks straight from his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does. Never holds back.
Yeah. So I thought that was.
So in fact, I've heard stories of Gautam where his manager is asking journalists to retract comments, but Gautam is saying, no, keep them. He really doesn't
It
care.
does.
Doesn't care.
Yeah.
Doesn't care. I love it. Last IPL, he was with us on the platform that I was on as an expert.
Yeah.
Every day it was fun. It was great. Okay.
I've also worked with them in the past.
Yes.
A little bit.
Sambutta Sarkhel says, shouldn't CSK consider Thiksana, Jordan, Hungarekar, Solanki in their lineup? That means an all-rounder because of Hungarekar, a pacer in Jordan, and also kind of an all-rounder.
Yeah.
Death bowler, looking at Jordan. Then you have a mystery spinner in Thiksana and a leg spinner then in Solanki, Prashant Solanki, right? So how do you see this one? Sambudha, I think we've discussed a few things. We've discussed one thing where we said that maybe Prashant Solanki, everyone's talking, we spoke about him in our pre-show saying that, CSK desperately, last time they went with 2 left-arm spinners, I couldn't understand why they did it. But they desperately need a leg spinner. Leg spinners have been doing very well. I don't know why they don't look at one. They had Karan Sharma in their ranks and they won the title, I think, while he was there that season.
I think Karan Sharma was not retained in 2021. I think he was let
No,
go.
before that, the title that they won before that.
2018?
Yes.
Yes.
He was there with the
2018.
team.
How much did he play though?
Yeah, did
One or
there's
two games.
apparently some record that
Not many.
if you want to win an IPL, get Karan
Get Karan Sharma and
Wherever he goes,
yeah, he's won it with Mumbai as well, like that.
Wherever
Yeah.
he just goes, they end up winning the titles or something like that. So we said yes, a leg spinner, Prashant Solanki they can look at. Hungarekar, again, I was of the opinion that he was okay-ish at the Under-19 World Cup, didn't set the stage on fire.
Yeah.
And that jump, listen, always I say that. And this is what I pointed out about Baby AB in Mumbai.
Yeah, Mumbai.
Everyone said, huge jump from here.
From grades to that level cricket.
Right? First ball.
First ball
The
out.
fact that how many all-rounders will you play?
Nah,
There are already so many in that side.
true.
True. So, And who else? Thiksana. Actually, I would have liked to have seen Thiksana, but how do I fit him into that 11?
Who goes out for you?
But you know, sometimes he could be that extra.
No, but who goes out for you?
That's what I was saying. Because of this
You would actually have to think and rework your team combinations if you want to include him.
Mill could have been that guy who take him out and then make do with Indian fast bowlers, but they did that already.
That didn't really work for them.
Maybe they'll give KM Asif a chance next game, who knows?
Good.
You really want him in the side. I know from the first game you were talking about him.
Yeah.
But
Siri.
hasn't happened.
Siri, tell us about
KM Asif.
KM Asif was not even considered to be part of a franchisee cricket model, let alone any kind of domestic cricket. He was working in Dubai, living on remittances when he was spotted by the Chennai Super Kings. And his story came out in 2019 when he was selected, and in 2020 he finally got a game.
Played a game, yes.
And he clocked over 140 kmph,
Bold
close to
really
150. It was fast. Maybe on these wickets, maybe it might help.
Yeah.
But he deserves more opportunities, KM Asif.
Okay.
From Kerala, obviously, so he was in the Gulf.
I was just saying that on these wickets, you don't know fast bowling like Umran Malik got those 2 wickets.
But he also
went
went
for runs.
Runs, yeah.
And that can be the case with anybody.
And
right?
Chamira bowled well in the game against Gujarat Titans, but
Today in the pre-show we were saying Chamira has to play the first name.
And my God, he had a howler with the ball and in the field.
He will probably go out next game to accommodate Jason Holder.
Most likely, yes.
So Austin Nukuna has a stat for you.
I know that stat, yeah.
You know that stat?
Yes.
Which is, he's saying CSK scored their 4th best power play score.
Yeah.
73.
Only second time ever could not defend 210 plus. First time coming last year versus Mumbai. Dhoni scored 6 first ball for the first time in IPL. First time he's hit a 6 on the first ball.
First ball, yes. And that
You
match,
knew these stats?
yes, I knew it.
Then why did you not tell me?
Because it was too late. We had to do the pre-show. Post-show after this, the mid-innings.
What?
Pre-post show.
Pre-post show, mid-innings, सब कुछ डाल दिया.
I'll tell you what. I think so. He thinks that his mind has been occupied somewhere else. Yeah, probably that.
Or he thinks our shows are like Gamezy where we do them after every 5 overs.
Also the fact that
Your branding story occupied my mind.
He's working on a very good story about
Yes.
Virat Kohli's brand value falling down. That story is going to be up tomorrow morning.
Do check it out.
By that game that he's saying, we didn't defend 2019. CSK didn't defend 2019 against Mumbai Indians in Delhi. That was the last game before the tournament was suspended.
Yeah.
Last year.
And
last year.
Kyron Pollard and Mumbai Indians did everything that they had to do on CSK. Defeat by 10 wickets, beat us in 3 finals, could not defend 200. What more do we have to do now?
Okay, I wanted to ask one thing. So you were talking about IPL rivalries.
Yeah.
CSK fan. Every rivalry you're looking at, CSK was featuring.
Popping up somewhere or the other.
So the two that came to mind, CSK versus RCB, CSK versus Mumbai Indians. As a CSK fan, which team do you hate more? Mumbai Indians or RCB?
RCB.
Why?
Because RCB.
Political alert.
Yeah, because we are talking
Why?
about factionism.
Kaveri water.
They steal our water.
No, I'm telling you, it's the thing with Karnataka and Tamil Nadu people. Everybody, like, they are from the same region in the country, but
He's not even from.
but
He's
because the states and the
I'm
river
an all
divides
Indian.
them.
I'm an all Indian.
I'm saying because the state and the river divides them. My friends from Karnataka are celebrating
Tell
the
us-
CSK loss.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
simple sporting terms, Mumbai Indians have at least won 5 times, so they have the right to boast. RCB have never even won the title and they are boasting as if they have won all 14 IPL titles in the world. That's the
One
thing.
Tamil line to sum up the rivalry between CSK and RCB. What would be the perfect Tamil?
Whistle போடு எப்போதும் whistle போடு
What is that?
meaning every time when we play RCB whistle போடு
Good one. Okay, Prakhar had a question.
No, but wait. Boss.
2 games
What
maybe
is
when we are in
Trouble in.
yeah after the
No,
10th game
come on.
after they play 10 games you will see
No, but
as I said
I still want CSK to reach the playoffs.
Because I
It's just
predicted it.
that today I felt that this team.
was the winning
yeah,
team?
so 5-0 it's 5 straight days 0-5
Yeah, his predictions have
Yeah,
been
his
off
predictions
the
are
mark
off.
so far. Way off the mark.
After the pre-innings show.
What's written behind the jersey? Who are you wearing? Show. Is it Jadeja?
no
No, it's Dhoni.
number 7
But you should.
It's Dhoni, but it should be Smith, Odean Smith.
Odean Smith.
get me the audience with jersey I'll definitely wear it.
We got the Mayank Agarwal one.
Okay, one very
Getting
good
it.
question. Let's take Prakhar Gupta's question. He
Yeah.
says, Who is the next off spinner after Ashwin? Will it not be a big void as one is not getting groomed for test matches? I know he's gone on to Indian test cricket, but I love the Indian cricket.
No, of course.
Test cricket. Let's try and answer that. Who could be? I mean, they've been using Jayant Yadav, who I don't think is your future
No.
off spinner. But yeah, that's very interesting. Finger spinners kind of.
I can't
very
think
tough
of
to-
Yeah, I actually cannot think of.
That's what I'm saying. Left arm spinners.
maybe just
good competition.
can they groom Washington Sundar to this level?
Well, he did well in that Australia tour.
Yeah.
And you played him.
And he did it well even in the England series as well.
But as a bowler, is he going to be that off spinning? Yeah, doesn't really scream
But he
that.
did get Steve Smith's wicket. And on spinning conditions, you don't know. Maybe in left arm spinner after Jadeja's Akshar Patel. That is your.
No, yeah, Akshar Patel, Jadeja are already there.
Yeah.
Even if you went to
No, like
somebody
both
like
of them will
Shahbaz
play.
Nadeem also.
Exactly, as a left arm finger
spinner,
spinning
you have
option.
options there.
But yeah, as a right arm off spinner, we do actually seem to be.
In fact, leggy also you'll have options like, okay, you got a Chinaman named Kuldeep Yadav. I sometimes feel that UZ Chahal should be given a go in
You
Bengal.
could actually, yeah.
So you can look at a few leggies too.
Maybe your future is also Ravi Bishnoi.
Ravi.
Then-
Ravi could be groomed
But
for
off
that. Yeah.
spinner, unless you go with mystery spinners of the likes of Varun Chakravarti, but they can't.
I don't think Varun has the temperament for.
These, I don't think.
No.
Poor guy took ages to clear those
Yo-yo test, yeah.
So don't think it's going to last very long.
Yeah, that is true.
Indeed. I know Pretorius did well, but a death bowler is a must. Sambuda Sarkhe.
Washington
No,
Galaxy.
you have Mukesh Chaudhary, you have Tushar Deshpande,
They're as good as Avesh Khan
and you compared them to people like Andrew Ty
and Avesh Khan.
All got the common factor, check the numbers, all got whacked.
Everybody got back. I agree.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, who won?
LSG, Gokuldam Premier League won at the end of the day.
Why you calling them Gokuldam?
He will again tell you where Saraj told us or Anurag told us.
It was Saransh actually who mentioned
But
that
what
one.
is your logic of calling LSG, Lucknow Super Giants, Gokuldam Premier League?
Okay, check out Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma. Check one of their episodes of Gokuldam Premier League GPL, or check even one of their yoga sessions that they had. The jersey is uncannily similar.
The blue one, the blue one.
Yes.
LSG,
Gokuldam Premier League.
yes.
What all you watch, bro? Everything you watch.
As I told you, I was almost on the cusp of a role.
In that
I
show?
didn't get it.
Really? You auditioned?
Yes.
Apparently he didn't look South Indian enough.
When I was in Dainik Bhaskar, we had that inner circle because it was from a Divya Bhaskar column, no? Tarak Mehta ni Unda Chashma. So Divya Bhaskar had whoever wants to audition for this new upcoming show has come.
And City was like, of course I will go. Of course.
Galaxy Warriors, sorry, pointed out Washington when we were talking about
Yeah.
spinners, but
Oh.
yeah, I'm not really there.
And Galaxy
You and I
Warriors
were thinking
and
of-
Galaxy Warriors has also said earlier in the chat that since I am supporting CSK, they are losing. But that's not true. I've been supporting them for 13 years.
Next time they lose, guys, please remind me of this again.
Yeah. But 13 years I've been supporting them. They won 4 titles.
Oh, please.
Is this a Tamil word?
Kutto Singham. It should be Kutti Singham.
What does that mean?
Chota lion. Literally. That he's referring to
No.
Suresh Raina. Kutti
Oh,
Singham. He was called Kutti Singham.
Like Chinnathala.
like Chinnathala. There are multiple nicknames.
No, Ravindra Jadeja. But
That's
Kutti
really
Singham, because of his aggressive.
Maybe it's the curse of Suresh Raina that has come on CSK.
Could be, yes.
They
You
could
did
have
not
done it.
pick Chinnathala
I
or
did not
Kutti Singham,
Yes.
whatever you call him.
See, we have had oddball choices. I mean, in our first 5 years, we may say, who was our bedrock in the middle order? He wasn't
Suresh
a power
Raina.
hitter, no. After Suresh Raina, it was a certain Subramaniam.
S. Badrinath, yeah.
Ah,
But
Not a
this
power
was-
hitter, not a power hitter.
But this was like,
yeah, many years ago. Many
it
movies.
feels like a
8 years
decade ago.
Eight
It
years
was a decade
But
ago.
he had also wasn't an impact there. Come on.
Badrinath.
But we knew that okay, Badri is there, the middle order will be steady.
No, but Badrinath is. Boss, you have had better players in that middle order. What are you saying?
He was super Subu for one reason, that was to hold the middle order together. Simple.
Okay, Sambuddha Sarkel says, here's my 11 which CSK could try. Robin Uthappa, Gaikwad, Moin Ali, Ambati Raidu, Jadeja, Dhoni, Bravo, Hangarekar, Tiksana, Solanki and Jordan. So you've actually
Dube.
kept out Dube.
Yeah.
who's
He's
your-
basically changed the bowling.
Yeah.
Kept the core of the
Dube's
batting.
got your runs today. And again, if you're looking at Dube's over, I think that's unfair.
Yeah.
That wasn't the time to give him that
Yeah.
over, especially if you hadn't given him any over before that. So, I mean, you've got to look at his batting. Today played a...
By the way,
Match winning
okay,
kind
let
of
me.
a-
Let,
it's another
it's not going.
story.
It was not going to change the result anyways. But one of the wides in the final over looked dodgy.
No,
It was
that
a
was a
very-
wide.
Neither of
That
them
was a
did.
wide. That was still a wide. It was
Neither of them
not-
did.
Oh my
As I
god!
said,
Oh
it
my
would have
god!
not influenced
Oh
the
my
result.
god! This
But
guy
that's the
talking about it like an hour later about that wide.
One wide.
They still won with balls to spare.
I know
right?
that. I said.
So
3 balls.
Achha, 3.
so
अरे एक बॉल के साथ भी जीतते
But
हैं.
one was a dot also. In that last over, one was a dot. They could have taken a single, but they did not. They're like, oh, we only need 1 run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Favor कर दिया.
no favor, boss. They won.
It wasn't. It was a wide. It was a
It
wide.
was a wide for sure. Sar grapes as Nikhil
When
said.
KKR suffer that same fate, I'll be
What's the
interested
game
to
coming
tell
up
you.
tomorrow?
It's KKR Punjab.
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 Punjab's looking good.
Punjab.
Punjab actually looking good.
KKR,
Yeah.
Shane's team.
Bias.
But he'll
Will
enjoy
become
it
bias
from home.
tomorrow.
He'll enjoy it from home tomorrow.
Oh yes, actually.
He's off tomorrow.
Oh.
How can he be off on the day
Oh,
KKR
no.
are playing?
Oh, no.
Off, cancel his off.
Look at that.
Can we?
Of course we can. We can do whatever we want.
Dias
Very
is not-
good.
Dias is unhappy.
No. I mean,
Now you will suddenly play the neutral.
No, but we
Come on.
need the
Let's
bias.
go down.
But I'm saying we need the bias.
when is the match starting? 7:30. No, put me on a Zoom link. No problem. I'll join you guys.
Zoom.
That's how it should be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like if it's my team's.
Yeah, it's not like I won't be watching. Let's be fair.
See,
So-
there is a reason why I have planned my house. I'm not off on any CSK day.
Hey.
So what he's done is
Also, we
thought
only
that
planned
he
our
given-
off for this
This week, yeah.
He's thought that let me also give my friends an opportunity to make fun of me.
To dunk on
Let
me,
be the
yeah.
guy that I'll come. CSK will lose. They'll crack a joke. Let them be happy on my expense.
Yeah.
Yes. I have not got my salary, so you can be free. You can be happily free in this kind of expense. I don't mind.
We'll get to salary in due course.
Yes.
You have joined us too late. That's your fault.
Too late.
Lars.
Not my fault. Blame the corporate culture of India.
Well, we're going to interesting topics now.
Yes.
No.
So
Yes.
this could be our last show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the words this guy just used.
Indeed.
Don't forget to download the Gamezy app. Make your
And I
fantasy
won.
teams
I had
there.
Quinton de Kock as captain.
Oh, very good choice again.
Andrew Toy was vice captain, one of them, so I won big.
Not bad.
As my prediction, it's still 0. Gamezy app, still 0. So it's loading.
But is it incoming?
Pakistani, Chennai was playing with club level bowlers in this club level stadium. Come on.
The stadium wasn't club level. I mean,
Bhuvan has so much of a
History.
my friend.
Boss,
Yeah.
history.
Come on, it's one of the prettiest stadiums in the country.
True.
We have covered games there.
Yes.
And it's not a club level bowlers for Lucknow Super Giants. I mean,
for Chennai, I think he meant.
Every
you're
bowler.
saying Chennai was playing with.
With, yeah,
You
so
should wear this.
So he's calling Bravo.
You wear.
so he's calling the other bowlers club level
Yours is the
bowlers.
punishment, nah? You lost. You
Chennai.
should wear this.
Okay.
Well, some of them.
Jadeja is club level, Moin Ali is club level, Bravo is club level. Come on.
Yeah, Moin did.
You wear this first.
Bravo did play for
You wear this
TKR. That's
No,
a-
just wear it. Just wear it. Don't
Just
have to adjust the strap.
Okay.
It's already loose.
Yes.
Rajesh Guge, we've already answered a
He
lot of
won.
questions. We've answered a lot of questions. You will be shot in Chennai. You want screenshot and put Siddharth wearing Lucknow Super
Who needs a screenshot? It's on video. It's going to be there on the YouTube
Yeah, guys, you
channel.
can take a
Save it,
screenshot
huh?
afterwards. Also, not a problem. Please spread it to everybody Siddharth knows and his friends and fans.
You could make memes out of this. Chennai Super Kings fans after 2 losses. Put it on the LSG helmet.
The ultimate blasphemy will come if I were an RCB.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Put that out.
Hey, next time when Chennai
That
is playing
should-
RCB, remind me to support them.
Get that.
No, I'm saying when if RCB wins, we'll make a deal that he'll have to wear it at
Oh.
the end of the day.
Ooh.
Challenge accepted.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's so sure that RCB won't
Won't win.
Like, look at him saying, challenge accepted.
You know, that's the thing. We yesterday, all of you were telling me, yeah, KKR bias, RCB will do it easily. Look what happened in the end. RCB have a tendency of making things hard on
Yeah, as
themselves.
I said,
I have to
Nikhil asked me yesterday what happened. I said RCB.
RCB happened.
I will again use Paresh Rawal's dialogue on this.
Yeah.
चमगादड़ को उल्टा लटकाओगे तो वो मोर नहीं बन जाता. KKR still lost.
That doesn't matter. I know for a fact they lost. I got dunked on yesterday.
What makes it dialogue funny is the Tamil accent.
The accent, the way it's delivered.
Gold dunk. The way you say
The backdrop is also funny.
It's hilarious. The way you say it is funny.
No, there is a backdrop. A guy counts it as 666, but the word, but actually number 999.
999.
So that is the way. If you ulta latkofy a bat, it will not be a peacock.
Yeah.
That is in English.
Rajesh Guge, we've answered the question about Dube's and whose decision it was. Go to the start of our video and you should have joined us earlier if you needed an answer. We've already answered that. Suyash says something about Sanju Samson. What can I say? Beauty, that sound of the ball hitting Sanju Samson's bat the other day was
Interesting
music.
to see after 3 games.
No. It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
That one shot, Shane and I, one shot we were discussing the other day.
Yeah.
One he hit to get to his 50. The no-look 6. He just swung his bat, went
He
mild.
knew exactly where the ball was destined for.
Beautiful that
Yeah.
to watch, and that also he played those 2 punches that went
Yeah.
for sixes.
Yeah.
That reminded me of a certain Virat Kohli shot that he played against England with Kedar Jadhav at the other end. Scored 100, chased down 300 odd runs.
Yeah.
Who was the original no-look 6 hitter? Mari
Ah.
Oh, up till.
But Washington's, you remember? No look.
Yeah, Washington's in there, yes.
Test
Test
no,
match,
no,
test match.
no, Australia.
Test match he
Oh,
hit
yeah.
one.
That's it.
Gabba.
At the Gabba. Yeah.
No look 6.
No-look 6.
was the one that I
I
remember.
think he ended up Cummins, right?
That is all I don't remember.
Kushal Khurana says, do you think MSD's decision, and you are right.
Oh, very good. Good call.
Penultimate over. Dube, we blunder. Yes, it was.
Absolutely.
We discussed it at length at the start of the video. That's why I'm not answering this. We spoke about it. Vedant Garg, your question is also on the captaincy. We've answered at length at the start of the video. So please go back. Nitish Kumar has a question. Siddhant, answer that. Since he's a fantasy expert, keeps a track on all teams. Will Sky play for Mumbai Indians in the next match? On Saturday, he's joined the team, I know.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, he would.
He will.
He would. He has to.
Unless and until
Something really bad happens
I
or
think Sky is ready to play the next game.
Web of
So who
Jen
goes out?
says.
Somebody they I just
He's a
think
first
Anwar
choice.
will play.
Yeah, he's a
I think
first
Anwar
choice.
Preet
Anwar
will go
Preet
out.
will
go out. Yeah.
Anwar Preet will go out and Sky will come in.
Web of Jen says West Indian players make IPL more famous with their power hitting and finish the match. That's true. They
That is
bring a
very
special
true.
Flavor to the IPL. We love a lot of them.
Love
Some of
them.
them have had a
Love them.
bad time, like Puran did the last IPL. But still-
Puran could have the same.
this time around also.
Only 10 times more.
How many ducks more?
2 more he needs, I
Two
think.
more. Two more to
Equal
set
that.
it up from next.
I know, but he's had the whole gambit last year. He had a diamond, he had a silver,
And a
he had a
gold.
gold.
So many ducks. And
Wow! You did the full range. Okay, quick point. Galaxy Warriors, you said your take on Byju's becoming FIFA World Cup sponsor.
Oh, we've done a full video on it.
Yeah. The full video on Sports Today, go check that out with all the details. Parth says, do you think CSK has any chance of qualifying by this bowling lineup? Parth, I
Yes.
can just speak for myself. I had not picked them in my top 4.
I did. I still think they'll come good and they'll get to those playoffs.
There you
I'm
go.
hoping, even though today I was not hoping for them.
No, obviously.
Siddhant, why I'm on Sports Today? Because I love the company of my friends here.
Also, Siddhant and Siddharth here, boss. You should
Yeah.
also be with us.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
should.
We need more people whose names start with S. We don't have enough of them.
Yeah, so
Yes.
many.
Shane,
No, the entire team is
Siddhant.
confused upstairs.
Shivam
The entire team is
Saransh.
confused
Shivam
upstairs.
is our producer.
Saransh is another
I think we
producer.
have got one A in Anurag
N.
and one N in Nikhil now.
And that's pretty much it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Why did CSK play 3 foreigners? Mr. Nothing wants to know.
They could have actually played Chris Jordan or somebody instead of Mukesh Chaudhary or Tushar Deshpande.
Yeah, I think
They they'll now be thinking about those combinations, but maybe they saw something in the nets or in one of those practice games
Which made them
Plus
go for
one
that
practice
decision.
game that they
Yeah.
have usually before the season starts. But yeah, very surprising that they only picked 3 foreigners.
When they have
And
like so
and
many
then
available,
players who will
who didn't really do anything for them.
like Mukesh Chaudhary last year we thought was not
Yeah.
so good, and
He clearly felt the pressure.
you would not. He was playing his first IPL game, if I'm not wrong. You would not want your guy who's playing a first IPL.
To be bowling the last over.
Which was very surprising.
Now,
But I'm just saying it was at the end of the day the poor captaincy that
Lost them this game.
That should
Yeah.
make all the headlines rather than Dube giving away 25 runs.
True.
We've spoken about it, and finally, I'm just going to take a few more questions. Navajoti Barua, who's your favorite for tomorrow's game between KKR and Punjab Kings? We are not asking Shane, he's a KKR fan, so his opinion doesn't count.
Punjab Kings for sure.
Punjab Kings.
I'm also picking Punjab Kings.
As a KKR fan, also saying Punjab Kings. They're the strongest side right now.
As
What
Yeah.
are you saying?
Nice.
They are the strongest side right
Nice
now.
being a good-
Bias? Where is your bias?
Good. He's not biased now.
Nah, that's why, where is your bias?
Saying that.
He's not a fan.
Look, we're all technically people who like the sport as much, and as much as I want KKR to prove me wrong, Punjab Kings do look better right now. So let's see.
See, there you have it. All four. Even a KKR fan has picked them.
Because they've been even more hopeless than us. Look at it.
Vyom Barot, thank you so much for your comment. Love you as well. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Thanks a lot.
Watching us. And Siddhant Sachdeva, you said you follow Mark Waugh. This is Mark Waugh.
Not
Sports Tuck is
Steve.
Steve Waugh. This is Mark Waugh. So follow Mark Waugh also. Follow Steve Waugh also. Follow everybody. What else? That is about.
Aryan Natani, Dhoni has given captaincy to Jadeja on rent.
I mean,
But what? Who?
I know the team.
But who's paying the rent also?
CSK.
I do. CSK fans.
Yeah.
Kasi Vishwanathan, CEO.
Oh, it's 12:37.
Wow.
Wow, my
That
God.
We've been on for very long, so we bid adieu. Thank you so much for joining us. We are here
Thanks a lot.
every day at 6:45 before the match starts, middle of the innings, at the end. Also, we keep uploading very interesting content. As I said, we'll be uploading now a piece tomorrow on Virat Kohli's brand value, how it's taken a hit, what are the reasons behind it, and who are the other players who are in contenders when it comes to the brand value of cricketers, how do they compare to international stars. We've done all of that, that's coming your way. We've also done a very interesting video on Pakistan players. If you remember, Shoaib Akhtar said that if Babar Azam was in the auction, he would have fetched 15 crore. Is that claim true? We did a deep dive into it, we did an analysis, and we tried to come up with a logic.
Yeah.
Whether that would be true or not, if Pak players were part of the auction, would they attract any bidders purely on cricketing merit, nothing political here? Would they invite any bidders? If they would, what is the kind of money that they would fetch? Which are the franchises which could bid for certain players? We've done that analysis. That's very unique. You won't find it anywhere else. That's coming your way on Sports Today tomorrow. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Namaste.
See you tomorrow.
Vanakkam.
Shubh Ratri.
Shubh Ratri.